What's up, everybody? 39-minute workout with David again, and today I'm talking to you about strength versus cardio. Okay? Today we're going to tackle what I call the second pillar, the training pillar. All this week I'm taking on what I call the three pillars of health: treatment, training, and nutrition. Okay? Treatment will be the next subject up, and treatment is all about mindset, setting goals, building habits, and dealing with that problem in between our ears, the brain, self-sabotaging thoughts and behaviors, okay? Nutrition, we went through yesterday. If you missed that, I went through my 5 rules of nutrition, very easy to follow, rules and principles of nutrition that will help you lose fat without counting calories and points. And it's really the core of what I teach clients in terms of fat loss and health. And today we're talking about training, all right? Training, workouts, cardio, strength, all that good stuff. And we're talking about how to really change the body the most effective way. Well, the first thing I need to ask you, because it will dictate whether or not I'm the right person to listen to for you, because I'm not here to tell you what your goal should be. If your goal is to get skinny or to get lean and athletic, that is a very important question, because if your goal is just to get skinny, that's not a bad goal, but I'm not gonna be the guy for you. That's not necessarily what I'm gonna help you create. What I'm gonna help you create is lean and athletic. And when I say athletic, I mean the best version of how you can look in my opinion. So an athletic body is lean, having, you look at an athletic person, you think, wow, they don't have a lot of extra body fat. I don't mean 10% body fat competitive like every cut is showing. I find that a disingenuous goal for a lot of people that's pushed by grocery store aisle magazines. Unless you have an absolute voracious commitment to that, which I have no interest in, I doubt you have any interest in, you gotta live, eat, breathe, sleep that goal. What I would rather focus on is a goal of looking lean. So I look at you and you're like, wow, that person looks like they work out. That person looks reasonably strong. That person looks fit. I think for me, that's the goal I always have. I'm 41, that's my goal for me. Okay, it's not to look ripped. I don't care about being 10% body fat. And most of the clients I work with, most of the women I work with are 35 and older, and that's not their goal, but they darn sure want to look lean, and they want to look like they look their absolute best. They feel confident enough to get into a bathing suit. They feel confident enough to wear clothes they want to at work. Let's talk about how to make that happen. So the age-old question is, what's best? Cardio, right? Cardio burns the most fat, right? Well, possibly, but if cardio tends to the skinny body, so the body that may not look all that strong or all that athletic, it might lack the firmness, the sort of curvy athletic look that you might be looking for. Here's the problem as I break it down for clients. When you do the normal way of fat loss, all right, let's burn the fat off so I can be as skinny as possible. And that's what most of the time when you diet and do cardio, that's, without knowing it, that is your intention. I'm gonna count calories. I just laid out, like, I'm gonna go on a 1,200 calorie a day diet, and I'm gonna do cardio, because I heard cardio makes you burn fat. So I'm gonna hit the treadmill or run or do straight cardio in an hour and a half long kickboxing classes. So when you cut calories and focus on cardio, the problem is you've got muscle here in the middle, and you've got fat over top of it, right? The problem is this looks incredibly successful at first. At first, this has dramatic results. And so everybody thinks this is what loses the most fat. Problem: when she does this, she burns fat. But see this muscle here? She indiscriminately burns muscle too. When you are cutting calories, depriving yourself of calories, right? Reducing calories, some of which is smart if we want to metabolize fat, burn fat off, and only doing cardio and not strength training. In this scenario, you're not strength training. You're not maintaining lean muscle. Your body doesn't discriminate between what it should be burning, so it burns both fat and muscle, which looks awesome on the scale, but what's the reason guys irritate the hell out of you, other than maybe our person? I don't know. That was too broad of a question. What's the reason guys irritate you ladies when it comes to fat loss? And that is because men lose fat easier. I hear all my clients joke, my husband gives up Coke and, freaking drops 10 pounds in a month. Like, what the hell? It's because the guy naturally has more testosterone, but also more muscle. So what do we need to do? We need to retain all the lean muscle and probably boost your muscle a little bit more. I always talk about this in general. Most of the clients I work with, they want to lose weight and they want to firm up. And then I say, let's build strength. And sometimes the blowback is, well, I don't want to get bulky. And I always say to them, what do you think gets firm? What do you think gets toned? What gets toned is muscle. Your skin doesn't tone up, your fat doesn't tone up, your muscle tones up. Muscle, not only does it make you firmer, it helps you recompose your body recomposition so you can look more athletic, and it helps you get better at burning fat. So if you want to burn fat more effectively, build muscle. Stop burning these indiscriminately. So the world of cardio and calories, that's why I say this body is gonna lead towards skinny, okay? Skinny, sort of lacking in a lot of muscle tone, very slender, right? The second scenario where we do strength and cardio, and we follow what I call the 5 rules of nutrition, where we don't focus on cutting calories, we focus on quality of food, frequency, and other healthy habits around what are we ingesting every day. In this scenario, we're getting the nutrition we need, we're adding strength, and we're adding cardio. You will burn fat, and you will actually add a little bit of muscle, that's what we want, okay? We want to add a little bit of muscle. Now, you will see some of my most successful female clients in stories on my website, Facebook, this and that, and none of them look bulky. They all look awesome. And I'm talking women from 30s, 40s, up to 60s. By building more muscle, 2, 3, 5 pounds of muscle, looks great on a body, does not show up as bulk, right? But makes you significantly better at burning fat and retaining lean muscle. So that is essentially how you build a lean and athletic body. We gotta focus on strength training and some cardio and the right nutrition, okay? So I would have you shift your mindset away from the sort of 80s, 90s mentality of cutting calories, doing a ton of cardio, and focus on quality, quantity, and frequency of food, and then adding to your cardio a good solid base of strength routine. Now strength, the cool news about strength is 2-3 days a week of proper strength training is all your body needs. I also will tell you it doesn't need to take any more than 10 to 20 minutes, period, in any workout. In my 39-minute workouts, any 39-minute workout that I teach people with kettlebells is going to include a balance of strength, cardio, and core all built into one, okay? So that is really the way you want to be doing it. Now, if you were working on high-level, max-level strength, it might take more than 10 or 20 minutes, but none of the people who follow me, that's really not who I help. If that's your goal, I'm probably not the guy to follow. I help real men and women lose weight and get stronger and rebuild their body into a more athletic version of themselves. I don't help people deadlift 450 pounds. That's not the goal of any of my clients. That's not what I'm gonna help you do. So for what I teach, for my purposes, for people who follow me, strength training 10, 20 minutes as a part of a complete workout is all you ever need. So stop, you don't need to spend a ton of time at the gym. So, number 3, we sort of talked about this a little bit, but what is the best combo? Strength, what's more effective at fat loss? Is it strength and your workouts, or is it nutrition? Now, I understand that nutrition is, people say, what, 70% of the battle. If you want to lose fat, nutrition is 70% of that battle. I hate the word battle because it sounds like a fight. This doesn't need to be a fight. Fat loss can be fun and really effortless if you approach it right. But what's more effective, nutrition or fitness? Well, in terms of just burning fat, I will agree that what you put in your mouth matters, is going to dictate more about your fat loss. But your strength and your workouts, your strength and cardio together, does play a massive role in it too. Your strength and cardio is going to mean you retain lean muscle. Your strength and cardio is going to mean you have better metabolism, and it will mean that you are better at burning fat for months and years on end. When you only go about losing fat through nutrition, what I find is people have a harder time maintaining the results. I don't know about you, but being dialed in my nutrition, and most of my clients find this, are you dialed in on your nutrition all day, every month, all times of the year? If you are, I don't know why you're watching this video, because you're awesome. You have something to teach me. Because real men and women with kids, with jobs, with all that stuff, our attention to diet goes, waxes and wanes. It's why I run challenges for clients, because the reality is we got to keep going to the well and focusing on nutrition. If your nutrition focus waxes and wanes, so does your body weight like crazy. But if you also focus on strength training and workouts and build that into your life, what I find is that the reason my clients have better results over the long term than most people is strength and conditioning workouts are a part of their lifestyle, meaning their metabolism is always higher than the typical dieter, and they have a base of strength there that doesn't go away very quickly. So even if you have 1, 2, 3 bad weeks of nutrition, that strength is still keeping your metabolism higher than the person who only diets. The person who only diets, when they have slip-up weeks, there's nothing to fall back on. Their metabolism isn't strong, it's not burning fat, when they're just sitting there doing work, they're not as effective at burning fat. So the question isn't, we do a lot of is strength or cardio better? Well, neither, it's a freaking combo. Is nutrition or strength better? Well, nutrition might make more impact on the overall fat loss, pounds lost you have, but strength plays a huge role in that battle too, and I hope I just proved that to you. The next question is, what's the best tool or strategy? Now, there are a lot of tools. I am a kettlebell guy. I will tell you why I believe kettlebells are the best tool for women from their 30s to their 60s. But the reality is there's a lot of different tools that work. I could get you doing free weights. I could get you doing machines. I could get you doing cardio classes with strength training, like body weight only stuff. Like, there's a million ways to skin a cat. But the reason kettlebells are so bloody effective, the reason I love them and most of my clients find them like amazing, are that it is the weirdest combo that I ever found of strength and cardio and core all in one workout. I never have found that before. When I worked out in college, it was free weights, and then you might have gotten on a machine for your cardio. Maybe you've broken it down the same way. You go do your circuit of machines or your free weights, and then you go to your cardio machine, and then you do your abs, and it's all very broken down. And what's the problem with that is it takes an hour and a half to get your workouts in. An hour and a half to get your workouts in. It takes entirely too long to go do all of this stuff. Kettlebells, the weird dynamic flow of them, if you watch my workouts, if you haven't, check out some of my workouts. Go click on the 8-for-8 workout or the sprint or any of these workouts. We're always working strength, cardio, and core in conjunction together. So the compressed nature of working at a level that's challenging to you physically with the right weights, which usually is a lot more than you think you can, the right intensity. So what we talk about, like complexes and doubles work and drop sets and all sorts of different sets we use in kettlebells, where you change reps, you compress time, and you do a lot of work in a little bit of time with challenging weights for you. These are such great workouts. Kettlebells are so great at the same time building strength and doing cardio, right? What's cardio? Cardio, get your heart rate up. So the other piece of what's the best tool, the reason I love kettlebells is aerobic versus anaerobic exercise. So aerobic exercise is what we call steady state exercises, running, jogging, any sort of cardio where you basically got one heart rate for a long period of time. People talk about the fat burn zone. Well, I think the fat burn zone is a little bit overrated. With steady state cardio, when you're on that treadmill going, one speed for 45 minutes or an hour, number one, shoot me, that's boring as hell. Maybe you love that. If you do, sorry to judge, but I wouldn't be my cup of tea. I've had those years of standing on the cardio machine. I wouldn't go back to them. You burn your calories while you're on the exercise machine. You hop off, you're done. The burn is over. When you do anaerobic cardio, meaning in the middle of a kettlebell set, go do the 8s-for-8, go do the sprint, go do one of my hard kettlebell workouts with complexes, a string of moves. Try to have a conversation in the middle of that set, right? You just did one-legged deadlifts and then jump squats and kettlebell swings. Trying to have a conversation. You can't. If you can, we got to talk about weights and intensity. But if you're working in the right zone, meaning anaerobic, meaning you can't talk while you're doing that set, and afterwards you suck wind and you recover, you aren't in anaerobic exercise. When you do anaerobic exercise, you burn fat for the workout, and then for 24 to 48 hours, you're getting a metabolic bump for all that time. So you see this crazy combo. You're focusing on nourishing your body properly. You're focusing on strength and cardio all in one. What have you just done for yourself? One, you made your body look more athletic by building a base of strength that looks great. Number two, you have compressed your workout time. And number three, the boredom factor goes bye-bye because you get to pull lots of different kettlebell moves and body weight moves into one workout. And it's fast and it's furious, and I can change it up for you every time you do the workouts. It doesn't get boring. When people do this strength circuit, I don't know a lot of people who do that for more than a few months and say, I love it, right? There's a boredom factor to that. So I want it to be fast moving. One of the very important things in all of this that needs to get said before I'm done for today is I have just built a case of why pounds on the scale should never be your only measuring tool if lean and athletic is your goal, okay? Pounds on a scale we'll talk about mindset tomorrow. We'll talk about self-sabotage. If you want to screw up your results, one of the most effective way to screw up your results is get completely attached to pounds on the scale and care about nothing else, okay? I want you to have a healthy relationship. I said to you before, this doesn't need to be a struggle or a battle. I mean that. I very much believe what you say about this process of weight loss and rebuilding your body will dictate how well it goes. It should be enjoyable. It should be pleasant. It should be challenging at times. There's going to be times you do a workout, you're like, good God, that was hard. Or you give up a food and it's like, this takes some work. But it should be rewarding too. If you only focus on pounds, I guarantee you're going to be frustrated. If you're going to focus on pounds solely, go back, make your goals skinny, drop your calories, do your cardio, call it a day. And I don't mean that to be cynical. I mean, these lead to just straight pound loss. You just want to lose pounds, lose fat and muscle, great, you've lost pounds. I want you to focus on inches, body fat percentage, and yes, pounds are also. A great way to see inches also is do your clothes fit looser. I have so many times in the first month of working with women, they go, I haven't lost a pound on the scale, I'm down 2 sizes. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. That's amazing. That's so cool. What that means is we've gained a little muscle, we've burned fat on the outside. Fat's shrinking, muscle's buffering, it doesn't show up on the scale. Very rarely does a woman tell me that who isn't psyched about her results, because she's like, I just went from a 10 to an 8 or whatever. I don't work with, yeah. And I feel awesome and I feel firmer and I look better. I haven't lost a pound yet. I'm like, cool, that's great. Once we lay on the 5 rules of nutrition and the other principles to it, pounds will come. Let's say you have 20 pounds to lose. In that first month, you might have an initial gain of muscle, loss of fat. If you can keep down that process, you will then continue to lose pounds. But it's important that pounds is absolutely not your only measurement. Finding body fat percentage can be a little tough. You need a machine to stand on. I wouldn't trust the hand caliper ones so much. I would get somebody who knows what they're doing to do the pinch test, or if you want to go do I think it's called the Bod Pod or the egg, where you actually get in it and it measures it. But at the very least, you can measure some very simple inches straight around your chest, straight around your belly button, straight around the widest part of your butt, and just and maybe even the middle part of your arm, and just do the measurements, and then check them once a month, right? Not daily, for God's sakes. If you're a daily pound checker, throw your damn scale out and only use one somewhere you can check it once a week, okay? So that's the whole concept of strength versus cardio and exercise versus nutrition. What's the best result? Well, the answer is you got to know what you're training for, okay? If you're training to be lean and athletic, I'm your teacher. I would love to help you for that process. Yesterday, go back and look at my 5 rules of nutrition. I think you'll find very easy to follow, very palatable program. Tomorrow, we're talking mindset. This is some of my favorite stuff. I'm an acupuncturist by trade. Before I was a kettlebell instructor, I've been doing acupuncture with clients 2004, 2005 when I was licensed. And to me, mindset, manifesting what we want in our life, dealing with all the crap, the sort of what I call your status quo, that is all some of the stuff that lights me up the most, because I love to help people fix what's between the ears. The reality is, look, if I put a gun to your head, most of you guys know how to eat better, You know how to work out, even if it's not the best workout, you know how to work out in a way that would get some results. But boy, people between their ears mess it up because we so are committed to sabotaging our results. We get rolling, we feel good, we screw it up. Tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about how to make sure that isn't happening for you, because it's such a key piece to making this fun, enjoyable, and lifelong results, which is what I want for you. So as always, check out my full program at onlinekettlebells.com. I got full libraries of tons of workouts, direct coaching for my wife and I on nutrition and kettlebells, online Facebook group, accountability and support and community, and challenges that happen quarterly. Challenges are where it's at because what we do is keep going back to the well so you stay engaged with your fitness. That's what it really comes down to, is can you do the right stuff over a long enough period of time to maintain these results? So thanks so much for joining me in my classroom. I will see you next time.